Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, and the sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI has commanded you to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line goes back to you being the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Shalom. It's your brother Halak from the GMS Denver camp, coming back once again through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI with another video. And this video is going to be inspired by a discourse we had with two brothers at the camp yesterday that just came up out of nowhere. And us brothers in this camp here, man, we truly believe that one of those brothers was an angel. You see, if not both of them. You know, because I truly believe the guy you're going to see in this video that I'm going to play after I get these scriptures, I believe that brother was an angel, man. And all the brothers in the camp were in the agreement. You see, and this is not something that's far-fetched. This is not something that's science fiction. It's not, you know, conspiracy theory or whatever you want to call it, man. This is reality. We have angels around about us each and every day, man. All throughout the day, on the ground and in the heavens. And every once in a while, they'll manifest themselves to men of the Lord, man. Because you just had the elder put out a video, I think a couple weeks ago. It was like how he was at the park, and this homeless guy came up to him. He was talking to him, and as the conversation went on, he discerned in the spirit that brother was an angel, man. And that's the same thing that happened to us yesterday, man. You see? So let's get this real quick. Then we'll come back to this one. This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 2. It says what? Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. You see? Just the same thing that happened a lot. Two angels came to him, but he entreated them well because what? That's what we're supposed to do as men of the Lord, man. You know? And come to find out those two men were angels. You see, so going back to Psalms 34:7 says what? The angel of YAHAWAH encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. You see? So the Most High has angels around the men that fear him, man. The men that are serving him. We're not down here on this earth by ourselves, man. You see, all these situations that the Most High is about to put us in the time we're coming into, if we keep our faith and continue to fear YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, the angels that are around about us are going to deliver us from these situations that we find ourselves in, man. You see? Miraculous things are about to happen even more on this planet Earth through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, man. You see? So I just want to grab a few scriptures and we're going to play the video all the way through. So I'm getting the scriptures now so I won't have to stop the video as much so you can just watch, you see, the portion of the video. So this is Psalms 91:11. It says what? For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. You hear that? And there's many accounts in the scriptures where the angels came down to defend the men of the Lord, to help the men of the Lord out, to help the Israelites out. There's many accounts in the scriptures, man. This time is no different. Hell, this time is going to be even greater than the times of old, man. You see, because this is the climax of the movie, man. This is the ending of the movie, so it's going to be over the top spectacular, man. Angels manifesting, the angels in the chariots manifesting, all type of things are about to be happening in these last days, man. So the Most High say He's giving the angels charge over us to keep thee in the ways, man, to keep us on this path, to keep us pushing, man. You see, they seal our instructions in our mind every night to continue to do this work and to continue to serve YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. You see, they're ministering unto us, man, as it tells you in the scriptures. Verse 12 says what? They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against the stone. They're going to protect us, man. You see? Because we're going to need divine intervention in these times we're entering into. So now, let's get Ezekiel. 9 and 4 says what? And Yahawah bahasham YAHAWASHI. Matter of fact. Yup. Ezekiel 9 and 3. And the glory of the God of Israel was gone up from the cherub whereupon he was to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. This is the angel the Most High is talking to. And what does he tell the angel to do? Verse 4 says what? And Yahawah said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So you have an angel going throughout the earth and sealing the elect in their foreheads. Why? Because they're sighing and crying for all the wickedness that's going on in the earth, man. You see, and how are they doing that? By preaching the words of Yahawah bahasham YAHAWASHI. And the brothers who are doing that in truth and sincerity, man, they've been sealed with that tawah, that mark. You see? An exemption from judgment. Because that's what's coming. And the only way we're going to get through this time is by the Most High allowing the angels to protect us, man. You see? So, let's get Hebrews 1 and 14. Matter of fact, let's start at 13. It says what? But to which of the angels said he at any time, sit on my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool? He never said that to anyone except for YAHAWASHI. You see? YAHAWASHI is the greatest angel in the heavens. Verse 14 says what? Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation? You hear that? That's what the angels are, man. They're ministering spirits unto the men of the Lord. Those who are going to be heirs of salvation. That's what the angels' job is, man. You see, remember that term guardian angels? Well, that's true, man. We have guardian angels around us 24/7, man. Why? Because we fear the Most High. So they're out here basically being our spiritual bodyguards, man. That near-miss accident you had, the angels stopped that from happening, man. You see? You was late for something. You see, so you ain't get there on the time that you was supposed to. But the Most High had that happen because of what? It was a gigantic wreck that happened on the interstate. You would have been involved in if you was on time. The angels stopped that from happening, man. They kept you. They made you late, just to escape that judgment. And these things happen all the time. You see? Because what? They're ministering unto us as they have been commanded to do by Yahawah bahasham YAHAWASHI. Why? Because we fear the Lord, man. The angel of the Lord encamp around about them that fear him, and they delivereth them. You see? As it tells you in Psalms 34:7, like we just got. So let's get an account. You see? An account of the forefather, Peter, the elder Peter, right? Let's go Acts chapter 12. We're gonna start at we'll start at 3. Man, let's start at 1 and read this whole thing. So this is Acts chapter 12, verse 1. It says what? Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church, and he killed James the brother of John with the sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread, during the time of the Passover, right? Verse 4 says what? And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter, which is supposed to be Passover, that word shouldn't be there, to bring him forth to the people. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto the Most High for him. And when Herod would have brought him forth, the same night Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers, bound with 2 chains, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. So he was well guarded, man. He was very well guarded. Then what happened? Verse 7 says what? And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison. And he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, Arise up quickly. And the chains fell off from his hands. Whoo! Man. Verse 8 says what? And the angel said unto him, Gird thyself and bind on thy sandals. And so he did. And he said unto him, Cast thy garment about thee and follow me. And he went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision. So the apostle Peter can't even believe what he was seeing, man. He couldn't even believe what was happening. The chains had fell off. There he was getting up out of that prison, man. He thought he was having a vision. He thought he was in a dream, man. You see? Verse 10 says what? When they were past the first and the second ward, they came unto the iron gate that leadeth unto the city, which opened to them of his own accord. You see? The gate opened by itself, man, because the angels have spiritual powers. You see? So as they was walking through, man, they was walking to the gate, and the angel just opened it up without even touching it, man. You see, these are the things that are going to be happening this time, man. We throwing into a FEMA camp or some shit. The Most High can send angels to come and guide us up out of there, man. And it says what? And they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. So the angel did his job, and he got up out of there. You see? Verse 11 says what? And when Peter saw, and when Peter was come to himself, he snapped back into it. He said, Now I know of a surety that the Lord hath sent his angel, and have delivered me out of the hand of Herod, and from all the expectation of the people of the Jews. You see that? The angel of the Lord encamped around about them that fear him, and they deliver them. That's that prophecy coming to pass right there, man. The same thing's going to happen for us if we continue to serve YAHAWASHI, man. And Lord willing, we continue to endure. So now, let's get into this video.
10 horns. Yeah. And upon his horns, 10 crowns.
That goes into what? This beast system, man.
Y'all can answer one question for me.
Go ahead, bro. Keep reading.
Answer me a question. Why the Roman Catholic Church changed the Sabbath? Why the death of Jesus Christ celebrated?
Grab that Judith 5.
Hey, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's why.
Because the Sabbath is dictated by the moon. So even though you even got so-called black people who are Hebrew Israelites following the fake-ass Sabbath from Friday night to Saturday night, the scriptures tells you it's
Saturday
by the moon. It changes. It's dictated by the moon.
It changes. How does the cycle?
Every time you see the new moon, which is no moon at all, that's the Sabbath.
That's the Sabbath. So that marks the Sabbath.
That's the Sabbath. I got chills. My hair's standing up telling you that.
Before a full moon, right?
Yeah, full moon is half the month.
Right.
Here, do you want me to grab the precept?
So in a month,
I got it.
How many Sabbaths do we get?
Hey, let me get it.
He's got it right here.
Well, it depends on how holy days come in that month. It depends on different things. This is 38. But the Sabbath is dictated by the new moon. You see, so when you go outside and you see no moon in the sky, that's the beginning of the Sabbath, and it starts that night and it ends
because
that next
all
night.
Of God's things are rested.
Man, that's supposed to. It's supposed to, but in this society, you can't do that shit. You can't do it. Ain't no rest for the wicked.
We're in captivity, bro. We're in slavery.
That's right.
You really can't keep
As I
yourself.
said earlier, if you have a social security number,
I'm gonna grab that about the moon or not?
slave.
Absolutely. They expect you to go make.
Go ahead. This brother's gonna bring it out so you can understand the Sabbath better about the moon.
Okay. This is Sirach 43 and verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world.
So the moon, it shows us a lot of things, man. You have all these solar eclipses. You had that couple. Last year you had the blood moon. The moon was turning red. That was a sign the Most High was giving us, letting us know something was about to happen. Absolutely. You can feel it in here.
Don't believe zealots.
From the moon is the sign of feasts.
That's why you got the red skin, man. The red hair. Read about your daddy in Genesis.
My daddy, he left me when I was young. He built the Rocky Stadium.
You talking about Edom?
Yeah. He's mocking the truth, so I told him, read about your daddy.
Yo, all I'm saying, religion ain't the answer, homies. Find your way through community
This ain't
service.
religion.
There's a lot of homeless people around here. You can turn this organization into something that will actually impact people.
He said, find yourself through community service. What do they teach you in community service?
What did y'all do? Y'all talked about here about your ideas.
He might be a
you can.
He might be an Israelite, man. That's why I say we can't be doing this red man. He might be an Israelite.
This ain't our community.
He might be an Israelite, man. He might be just because he got red hair that don't mean that. Like, bro, that's what we telling. That's what we saying.
What did he say? He said he didn't know his daddy, man.
Yeah,
that's a sign.
That's a sign. That's. You know what I'm saying? So these are things.
And when you go to the community service, it goes back to the Christian church.
One thing.
Everybody been on community service. You gotta go to a Christian organization.
Like we read earlier, this is what the Most High commissioned us to do. To do what? To preach the gospel, not to go feed no damn body no water or give nobody no water. He said go. He commissioned us to go preach the word.
Absolutely, the spirit guide my
the real food. That's what YAHAWASHI say, man. You drink of this water, you will never have to thirst again, man. Eat of the bread, you will never be hungry again. You see?
It says,
the spirit that brought you, a man's goings are of the Lord.
Going on, it says, I'm going to keep going here, brother. Sirach 43 and verse 8, it says, verse 7. From the moon is the sign of feasts.
From the moon is the sign of feasts, so we know what feasts coming in by way of the moon. The moon is basically the calendar. That's the most highest version of the calendar. The calendar, even you remember the old calendars you see on the thing, the different moon phases. Why? Even the word
month comes from moon.
Yeah. When you go look at the word month, it goes back to the moon. So that's what dictates the months, the days, the year, all that. The moon.
A woman's menstrual cycle.
No, that's different.
The moon, though.
That's a lunatic, bro.
Yeah, a lunatic.
That's a woman that's controlled by the moon.
No, I mean, the moon dictates.
But it's not.
A woman. No, it don't go on the moon. The moon
it's a
don't
monthly thing too for the woman, but it's
because women have their period at different times, man.
Yeah, so they dictate
the water, though. How the water.
Yeah, it has a gravitational pull on the water.
It says, a light that decreaseth in her perfection.
A light that decreases in her perfection. Go ahead.
The month is called after her name.
The month is called after the name of the moon.
Increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
And that's why you always see them chariots going to the moon. That's why you always see the chariots going to the moon.
What edition is that? That's the King James?
Yeah, King James 1611. It's a replica of the year the King James was written, so it has the apocryphal.
So you got an angel, bro.
It has extra books. If you just go by the New King James, it ain't gonna have.
They don't have none of that. Okay, so that's the 1611.
Yeah, 1611.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get that.
Yeah.
Well, you can just get an apocrypha too. But the main thing, bro, the main prophecy you should be worried about is the microchip, bro. The microchip, the implantable microchip, they're going to make it mandatory. You don't want to take that. They're going to make it mandatory very soon.
Can I say something real quick, brother?
Kill me. They put something in my dead body if they want. They can do whatever they want.
If you don't, you're going to die here.
I'm not putting no vaccines in me. They're not putting nothing.
That's because you're Jake,
I just wanted to...
Your spirit, naturally, you won't take that jab because the scripture says, hey, by nature, we keep the laws, some of these laws, not even knowing them. You know? I think it's at Romans 5.
Absolutely. That's why you see all this.
You got the beard.
You see all that. I know the trickery. I don't know it all, but I got a good idea. He guides me.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, man. You know, the book of Revelation, it's not a book of new prophecies, man. All it is John the Revelator was seeing the visions of all the prophets' prophecies coming to pass. You see, that's what it was. So the prophecies are all throughout the scripture. This is the bone structure of the scripture. That's how we know the gospel, man, because the prophecies were telling us since the beginning what was going to happen.
We started with the book of Daniel and Nebuchadnezzar.
Even beyond that, there's prophecies in Genesis. All throughout, the Esau being blessed by the sword, right?
Well, yeah, blessed by the sword, the head, the woman, the seed of the woman, and the serpent.
That's the seed of the woman is us.
It's us.
The seed of the serpent is the so-called white man.
Yeah.
Why you think it's so much beat? Why is so much tension between us and their nation? You don't see that happening with you don't see the so-called white man destroying the Chinese man like that, do you? You don't see them killing Jackie Chan in the street.
I'm sorry, Phil. I had to take a knee on this.
You don't see them doing that to the Hamites, the Africans. You don't see them doing that to the Japanese, but you see them doing it to us. All the lynchings, all the police brutality. Goddamn. All the police brutality. Who's it happening to? It's happening to our people. And who's doing it? The so-called white race. Why? Because it's the seed of the serpent versus the seed of the woman. Edom versus Jacob. That's what you see happening on earth. They're the Israelites. They're the Edomites. And that's why what you see happening between us happens.
And it's happening even more because everybody mixed.
Get that.
It's too much. Nobody knows.
Somebody get Genesis. That's
I got Deuteronomy 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, because thou servest not Yahawah thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which Yahawah shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
who had yokes of iron upon our necks? We did. Who put the yokes of iron on our necks? So the white man did. The Bible tells you that.
Right? How was it? The book of Jacob, with Jacob, with Jacob and Esau, right?
Even before he was, this is after that. But we can get that again. Hey, somebody get that Genesis 27. So this is what happened.
Well, this is before.
This is Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy.
It's
Jacob
after,
and Esau.
It's after Jacob and Esau.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good. So with the curses, it tells us everything that happened to us will happen if we disobey the Most High. So that's why the so-called white man was allowed to put yokes of iron upon our necks and bring us into slavery. Disobedience. That also goes back to what? The seed of the serpent versus the seed of the woman. Why did we go on slave ships? Because we disobeyed the Most High. So the Most High. Huh? I didn't know that like you study, bro, through the spirit. That's all it is. That's all it is. So at the end of the day, everything you see happening is all prophecy. It goes all the way back to the garden. When the Most High told that serpent that I'm gonna have enmity between your seed and the woman, that's playing out to this day, right now. This is why they're
shooting Jacob.
That's why they're gunning us down in the street. Like I said, name one time when you seen a Chinese man get gunned down by a so-called white man.
Oh, Genesis 49.
Never. But you always see what? All people. Another day, another police shooting. A black man was gunned down by a police officer. That's only happening with us.
You must allow me to read.
And then just to so we can add both the Northern Kingdom.
Yes.
You used to have even in the early 2000s and now you would have in Arizona residents freely, without being charged, shoot anybody that was coming over the border illegally, and they kill our people, murder our people because they will sit down with guns. Yep. And nothing happens to them.
And also, because the so-called Hispanics and Native Americans are our brothers too. They're our brothers by blood because they came from Jacob as well. What happened when the so-called women came over here in 1492? He stole the land from them. Why? That goes back to the seed of the serpent being against the seed of the woman. They're Israelites too. That's why they suffer what they suffer. They're
It's all
Israelites.
prophesied in the
It's
Bible.
all in the Bible.
Black Wall Street.
White man.
Black Wall Street was actually with Gad, North American Indian, Reuben, the Seminole Indian, Judah.
Yep.
So
all the tribes coming together doing their own thing.
Black Wall Street. It wasn't just Judah.
Hold on.
It wasn't just Judah. It was the Northern Kingdom too, with the Southern
You
Kingdom.
know about it?
About what happened to Tulsa, dropping the dynamite from the plane.
What happened? Who did that?
The white man created it.
What is that?
He committed a terroristic act.
What is that? That's the seed of the serpent.
That was the seed of the serpent in a
worst
way. In a worse way.
You don't do that to any other nation.
Hey, when have you ever seen him bomb Chinatown?
No, he won't do that.
When have you ever seen him?
No, you're in America.
I'm talking about America.
That was an experiment.
That was in war. That was war though.
Because you gotta remember, why didn't he drop the bomb on the Germans?
If there was a problem,
I always said it's okay for you to kill 1 million Jews. It's okay for you to kill 2, 3, 4, 5, but 6 million, we gotta stop that. No.
And really,
there was
they
a
were
part
doing,
of it. Henry Ford, J.P. Morgan, the Rothschilds.
they had the typhus though.
Yeah.
When they were in those FEMA camps.
Funded both sides.
When they were in
that's
those
what they do.
FEMA camps, though,
That's
they
how you
had
get money.
typhus.
I'm gonna get paid. I'm gonna give you weapons. I'm gonna give you weapons.
War is
Y'all
good
gonna pay
for the
me.
wicked.
Yeah.
Right. Well, America's a war machine, bro.
Y'all got some understanding, man. Y'all got some good spirits too.
Let me grab this.
You know what's about to
This is
happen, bro. Let me give y'all some prophecy. God is my father.
I like you.
All
Let me
this
grab this.
is
I got prophecy. You hear him? He said,
real soon.
Oh, this is
Very
good.
soon.
Very soon.
Let me bring this out real
Very,
quick. This is
very
Hebrews.
soon. Like, I've been having dreams for the last week.
Hey, somebody get that. Somebody get that.
My dreams.
Wait, we gotta hear this
My
person's dream.
dreams have been people who allowed them to put this vaccine in them.
Dropping like flies. That's all they have.
They're gonna be dropping like flies because why? The reason why they allow that vaccine to get is because they're so far away from God that they scared.
So you hear that? He said the reason they're gonna be taking this jab because they're so far away from the Most High that they're scared. What does that go into, man? That goes into, real quick, Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahawah bahasham YAHAWASHI is his treasure. You see, and what comes with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High is what? Never trust thine enemy. And that's what the remnant is standing upon, man. As it tells you in Isaiah 10, man. We're going to return back into the Heavenly Father, and we're no longer going to stay upon him that smote us, man. That's basically what he was talking about. They're so afraid of this jab and this pandemic that's going on is because they're completely severed from the Most High, man. So they're willing to do anything Esau tells them to do, man, out of their fear. But not the remnant, man. We're going to stand with Yahawah bahasham YAHAWASHI because we have that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We're going to be stable in these times, knowing and understanding what's going on. That all of this is the will of the Most High. And it also says what? The fear of Yahawah bahasham YAHAWASHI is his treasure, man. You see, that fear is going to cause the angels to take care of you. All according to the will of Yahawah bahasham YAHAWASHI. So let's go back.
Got the law. Bring it out. Cuttings in thy flesh. Let me get this. Texas. Joel 2, right here. Even if they're black and Hispanic, they're the 2/3, bro. There's 2/3 of our people can't get it. This is they're gonna take that vaccination out.
Yeah, that's what they do.
We call them can't get rights.
They make it some people the vaccinators.
I got a scripture for what you said.
Go ahead, what you got?
It says in Acts chapter 2, verse 17, and it shall come to pass.
So right now, you just saw me talk to the brother Shabbat, and the whole time they've been up there, we've been going back and forth, asking each other, like, bro, do you think these angels? You know what I'm saying? Because Shabbat was going into what the brother had on. He had the purple shirt on, the purple rain, purple goes in the royalty. Yahawashi coming back to reign. He had Prince on the chariot. So we was just trying to take spiritual things from it, man, and it just get better as this goes on.
In the last days, saith Yahawah bahasham YAHAWASHI, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams.
See, and that's what's happening because we're in the last days, man. We're in the last days. The Most High is pouring the Spirit out upon the earth. It starts what? It starts with the men of the Lord, the highways and byways preaching His word.
God bless y'all, bro. God bless y'all, man. I see y'all up there.
Yeah, that's right.
God bless y'all.
So you see, so this is what happened. So the brother, we didn't tell him anything about anything, basically, man. We just gave him some basic understanding. And what you see the brother doing, he's saluting. We didn't teach him that. You see that? We didn't teach him how to salute. He doing the right hand and everything, man. Just like we do. You see? Now pay attention. Once again, pay attention to what he says at the end, man.
I see y'all up there.
Yeah, that's right.
I see y'all up there.
Yeah, that's right.
God bless y'all, bro. God bless y'all, man. I see y'all up there.
Yeah, that's right.
Highways and byways preaching His word.
God bless y'all, bro. God bless y'all, man. I see y'all up there.
Yeah, that's right.
God bless y'all, bro. God bless y'all, man. I see y'all up there.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, I got it. Treading in the
That raised up hairs on my
This is Hebrews 13:1. Hebrews 13:1. Let brotherly love continue. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares.
Bro, what he know about being up there, bro? We ain't even going to the chariots. We ain't telling him what they was. So how do we? angel, bro. Hey, Carl, oh my goodness.
He brought up the beard, he brought up the jab, he brought up, you know what I'm saying? He was
Carl,
right in line. We
we
hadn't even spoke to that man.
We hadn't even said nothing about the chariots,
in line with everything we were saying, man. Those men could have been angels.
Bro, he said, I see y'all up here.
Spirit.
What does that mean?
And we are inside
We
of
go, oh my Lord willing, bro. Lord willing. Unless you ain't hurt.
Hey, you gotta remember in Egypt, the first plague, if you go into Exodus 7, the first plague Yahweh sends upon Egypt is the prophet.
He had that purple
And he
rain
holds the
shirt
stick.
on. Prince, we're the princes.
We got the stick, bro.
Talking about that.
I'll see y'all up there.
And after the prophet comes all the plague.
Did you get it on camera?
Hey, those men could have been angels, especially.
Just like in the days of Lot, bro. Just like in the days of Lot.
Hey, so you see, man. So we all believe, we was all on one accord, man. We believe that brother was an angel, man. You see? Because like at the end of the day, we never mentioned anything about us being taken up into the chariots. We never mentioned anything about the remnant coming, YAHAWASHI coming to save the remnant from all the places of the earth. He's coming back in the chariots. He's going to gather us up into the chariot. We ain't mentioned none of that, man. He already knew what it was. He's an angel, man. That was an angel live and direct at the camp, man. Call halayim la YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. Let me play it one more time. Whoo, man. Still, man. Still.
Dream.
See, and that's what's happening because we're in the last days, man. We're in the last days. The Most High has poured the Spirit out upon the earth. And it starts what? It starts with the men of the Lord, the highways and byways preaching His word.
God bless y'all, bro. God bless y'all, man. I see y'all up there.
That's right.
And something else. He was talking about Esau and Jacob, the seed of the serpent, the seed of the woman. You know what I'm saying? These are things that we didn't bring up. He brought these things up, man. So he had a little bit of understanding that man was an angel, man. You see, because at the end of the day, we never mentioned anything about going up into the chariots. Not one time. You see? So I got two more and I wrap it up, man. Call halayim la YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. Whew, man. This is Matthew 24:30. It says what? And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Because this is how our Lord is returning, man. He's coming back with the chariots of heaven. He's coming back with the heavenly host, man. Which is that man right there is going to be a part of, man. You see? Because he's one of YAHAWASHI's servants in the heavens. And what is YAHAWASHI going to do when he returns? Verse 31. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet. And they shall gather his elect from the four winds, from the one end of heaven to the other. You see, YAHAWASHI is coming back to gather his elect from wherever they are. You see? And they're going to go up into the clouds, man, up into the heavens. Let's get that. That's that Revelation 11 and 12. And I'll wrap it up on this, man. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. That's what he was talking about when he said, I'll see you up there. I'll see y'all up there, man. Because like I said, we never brought this understanding out to him. He already knew what it was because that man, he's an angel, man. You see? He was talking about keeping the law with the beard and all that. We didn't bring these things up. He already knew it. He already knew what it was. You see? All the brother Shabbat said was, he said, when we keep the laws without even knowing it, we are a law unto ourselves, like the scriptures tell you. He like, yeah, I know. That's why I got the beard on my face. Where did he get that understanding from, man? You can only get that understanding when you come to the Hebrew Israelites. But that man's an angel, man. You see? I'm going to play it one more time. I'm going to play it one more time. Sheesh, bro.
I see y'all up there.
That's right. Starts with the men of the Lord, the highways and byways preaching His word.
God bless y'all, bro. God bless y'all, man. I see y'all up there.
That's right.
Yeah, man. So, yeah. An angel visits the camp Sunday, man. Hey, call halayim la YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. With that, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, all glory to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible. through the spirit and power of Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, and a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there pushing His word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI has commanded you to do. With that, I say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Baba.